seriously. So, with that, let's move on to the first gentleman that we're here to recognize today. And I know a lot of you know this guy. If you were big drag race fans back in the 60s and 70s, you remember seeing Kenny Safford run several cars. Of course, Mr. Norman Charger comes to mind for me because that's probably at the age that I was, and I remember that car as well. Ken Safford was raised in Hollywood, California, for those of you that know that. Okay, now, for our final Legends of Motorsports Guild Lifetime Achievement Award, this is kind of fun for me because this gentleman did kind of the same thing that I did. He was an announcer and did it very well. And for those of us young kids that came up, if we were to follow somebody, it was either Dave McCullen or Jan Gabriel. Those were the two guys that we tried to actually beat. I mean, we followed those guys and it's like, wow, okay, I'll listen to what he says. So, you know, for me, it's very special just to be up here with these three gentlemen and Mr. Gabriel sitting over here. And a lot of you know what phrase Jan coined, but there's a lot of other things you don't know about Mr. Gabriel. For over 40 years, Jan Gabriel has been involved in the world of motorsports in one form or another. 14 years as the voice of Santa Fe Speedway. He was also for 3 years on the announcing team at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. His nationally syndicated Superchargers TV series ran 12 seasons, receiving 2 Emmy nominations along the way. Jan was probably, and maybe this is just a guess, but probably one of the first people to ever do reality TV, which we all know what's going on now. It's like 80% of the programming now at this point. Jan was also the first to run Bigfoot and other monster trucks side by side. He also decided to make a video of this, and his Battle of the Monster Trucks tape sold just a measly 1 million copies. In 1963, Jan and a good friend of his, Tiger Tom, campaigned a 54 Mercury at Santa Fe Speedway, so yes, he does have driving experience as well. Of course, though, most of you know, as all of us do, Jan's legacy came when he coined 3 simple words: Sunday, Sunday, Sunday! And so it began. There's really 3 phrases that most of us have heard at one time or another in our lifetimes, whether we were a kid or you were, if you followed Elvis, you know that Al Ford, who is also from Chicago, he did Elvis Has Left the Building. Also, you have Michael Buffer in the boxing world. Let's get ready to rumble! And then you have Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. But see, for me, the problem was I always went to church on Sunday. So I hear this commercial on Saturday, Sunday, 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 and the drag racers will be at US 32 or whatever he was talking about. And I'm like, what's he doing, teasing me? He knows I can't go. This isn't right. Don't say that. But everybody, if you've heard that phrase, you had to fall in love with it. And everywhere you went, you heard that phrase. It didn't make no difference what racetrack you were at. If you were listening on the radio, if you're listening on TV, on commercials, you heard that. And so, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, and we're going to bring the microphone over to you, Jan. Ladies and gentlemen, please, a big, huge round of applause for Mr. Jan Gabriel. Okay, now before you go off telling us some wonderful stories, which I'm sure you have plenty of, you have to do us all one big favor. Let's just get it over with. Let's hear you do your